Burn your vision board. Tear up that 5-year plan you wrote. Throw away the journals where you beg the universe for what you want. These things are not helping you. They are keeping you weak. They are keeping you a servant to a future that does not even exist. You have been told that to succeed you need a goal. You need a shiny, perfect destination on the horizon. But look at your life. Has chasing that goal made you powerful, or has it made you anxious? Has it given you control, or has it made you a slave to a result you cannot predict? Niccolo Machiavelli did not have goals. He did not rely on hope. He did not ask the world for permission. He had something colder and sharper. He had a method. A goal is just a wish. A method is a siege. If you are tired of wishing and climbing ladders that lead nowhere, you are ready for the truth. But be warned. This is not self-help. This is self-conquest. Most people spend their lives always waiting for the promotion or the money. They live in the future, and because they live in the future, they are empty right now. They are fragile. Machiavelli understood that the world is chaos. It is a violent and unpredictable river. If you build your house on the bank of a river called goals, you will drown when the flood comes. And the flood always comes. I am going to show you how to replace fragile goals with the unbreakable concept of positioning. When you master this, you stop caring about success or failure. You simply advance. You become inevitable. But to do this, you have to kill the part of you that loves to dream. You have to silence the child inside who wants a reward and wake up the strategist who demands power. The method is simple, but it is not easy. It requires you to look at your life as a battlefield. And on a battlefield, you do not hope. You maneuver. Why do you set goals? It is because you are in pain. You are unhappy with your reality, so you create a fantasy future to escape it. The goal is not a map. It is a painkiller. It numbs you to the fact that you are not who you want to be right now. Machiavelli despised hope. He saw it as a weakness. He wrote that men often deceive themselves by seeing the world as they wish it to be rather than how it actually is. When you focus only on a goal, you get tunnel vision. You stare so hard at the peak of the mountain that you do not see the cliff right in front of your feet. You become rigid, and in nature, rigid things break. Think about the last time you failed a major goal. You crashed. You felt worthless. This happened because you bet your entire self-worth on an outcome you could not control. You gave your power away to the future. Machiavelli suggests a different path. It is about being effective. It is about power and ruthless competence. A strategist does not say, "I want to be rich." That is a weak desire. A strategist says, "I will learn the skills of persuasion and master the flow of money. I will position myself where money has to flow through me." One is a wish. The other is a structural change to your reality. The goal setter relies on luck. The strategist relies on necessity. When you delete your goals, you are not giving up. You are getting serious. You are looking at your life and asking, where are the leverage points? Where am I weak? Who is standing in my way? This is the shift from a dreamer to an architect. The dreamer looks at the sky, but the architect looks at the foundation. Right now, your foundation is cracking because you are too busy looking up. Stop looking at the horizon. Look at your hands. What can you control right now? What system can you build today that makes the result certain? Machiavelli teaches us that the outcome is often out of our hands, but the strategy is ours. If your strategy is perfect, even a bad outcome cannot destroy you. You simply adapt and continue. This is how you become untouchable. You must fall out of love with the destination and fall in love with the siege. We live in a loud era. Everyone broadcasts their moves on social media. They seek validation before they have even taken the first step. Machiavelli would call this suicide. To be powerful, you must be the fox. When you tell the world what you want, two things happen. First, your brain gives you a shot of dopamine. It makes you feel good as if you already achieved it. You lose the hunger to do the work. Second, you create enemies. You give jealous people a target. Machiavelli advised that you should never reveal your intentions until the knife is already moving. Move in silence. Talking leaks power. Doing generates power. Imagine you are building a bomb. You do not show everyone the plans. You build it in the dark. Be the bomb. Instead of a goal, have a secret agenda. A goal is pleading. An agenda is plotting. When you have a secret agenda, you walk differently. You sit in meetings and you are not anxious about being seen. You are observing and calculating. You know something they do not. This creates a magnetic aura. People can sense when someone is holding back power. It makes them respectful. Stop seeking applause for things you have not done yet. Starve your ego. Feed your shadow. Let the results be the only noise you make. If you have a rigid goal, chaos is your enemy. But if you have a system, chaos is fuel. Machiavelli wrote that fortune loves to be mastered. She is wild and does not care about your plans. You must be aggressive with reality. When the plan fails, you do not stop. You attack the new problem. There is only the objective and the terrain. The objective is power and freedom. The terrain is whatever is happening right now. If the terrain changes, throw away the map and look at the ground. You must position yourself so that you benefit from disorder. Do not be a candle that the wind blows out. Be the fire that the wind fuels. When you have goals, you are terrified of the wind. When you have a power method, you want the chaos because it makes you burn hotter. If you lost everything tomorrow, would you know what to do? If the answer is no, you are soft. You need to mentally rehearse the destruction of your life. Machiavelli was tortured and stripped of his titles. He did not give up. He sat in the mud and wrote the most influential book in history. He turned his misery into ink. What are you doing with your misery? Are you letting it rot you, or are you using it? We are told to be gentle with ourselves. That is making you mediocre. You need to fear yourself. Fear the part of you that is lazy. Fear the version of you that wakes up 5 years from now with nothing to show for it. You must become your own tyrant. Your impulses are rioting for cheap dopamine and comfort. You must crush the rebellion. Discipline is the only freedom. When you can command yourself to do the hard thing, you feel a power that no goal can give you. You walk into a room and you know you can control yourself. Therefore, you can control the room. Most people cannot even control what they eat. How can they expect to control their destiny? Establish the law within yourself. I do not complain. I do not speak of plans. I execute them. I do not react to insults. I analyze them. Keep the law and reward yourself. Be a strong king. Stop asking what you want to achieve and start asking where you must be standing. Move your body and mind to the location where success is natural. Use leverage. Do not fight every battle with brute force. Use technology and other people's time. Adapt every day. Read the room. If the door is locked, go through the window. Never stop moving. You cannot fail if you are constantly adapting. You can only be delayed. When you delete your goals, you stop looking desperate. You start looking like you already have what you want. In a world of anxious people, the man with a system is king. Every action becomes a ritual of power. Every silence is a maneuver. This is the Machiavellian way. It is dark and lonely, but it is the only way to save yourself. You will do it by commanding, not wishing. Guard the throne of your mind. Do not let your feelings dictate your strategy. True power is stillness. If you are ready to rule, type I choose power in the comments.